Hey, what's going on, everybody? ChazmaN here, and I am back with another showing of ChazmaN Live. That's right. This is my time of streaming where I get to try and just kind of get silly with it, just get all kind of loosey goosey and talk about and watch whatever I kind of want to, or you guys want to. You know what I mean? It's no video game or nothing. We're just gonna be watching some stuff that I kind of been meant to get around to kind of checking out and whatnot, and also news. I don't know, get caught up on things. Phantom Fox is in chat. What's up, Phantom? Phantom says, "How's it going, Chaz?" It's going good. I'm a little tired. I kind of tried to take a nap before hopping on, and it was very short. I think it was like 45 minutes, and honestly, I felt like I could have slept right through it, but I didn't want to miss this ChazmaN Live. I know I'm behind by a couple weeks. There's so much things that's happened or been happening that I know I have not had the time to kind of touch on or watch or give my opinion on. So again, this is my moment. This is my time to do that. So all right, so if you could, let me just let me grease the wheels here. So let's see. So I got a day off today. I explained why in the Discord. Yeah, sorry, I didn't get to read that. I saw something about that though. Let me read it. I'll read it right now. Flooded floors. A few of the kegs. Oh, that's right, because you guys sell alcohol where you're at. Hot keg. Oh, yikes. Eesh, yikes. That sounds bad. Well, at least you got the day off. Was it a paid day off, though? If it's paid, then awesome. If not, I'd probably rather be at work, but although it depends, I guess. So let me look into a couple of things. So it looks like audio seems fine. We got chat up on screen. I think my cam looks fine. How's my face? Oh, pretty full. All pretty full. So yeah, I don't know. Like I said, guys, this is kind of my moment to kind of interact, be more interactable with, have more interactivity with you guys. So if you guys got any other news or anything you'd like me to look into, this is your time to send it my way, either in the Discord or just in the chat right here. I actually have an event right now that I'm ready to jump into. So what do you say we go ahead and just dive right into it? If you guys don't know from the channel, I'm a big Bungie fan. I'm a big Halo, obviously, with from the OG Xbox days. Big fan of Halo. Big fan of what Bungie did with some of the Destiny stuff. I love Destiny 1. Not so much huge into Destiny 2, but I don't know. See, Bungie's one of those companies where like I love a lot of their original works, a lot of the stuff that kind of made them Bungie. But over the years, they've kind of I don't know if it's through changing of the guard in terms of employees or management, but there's been a lot of people that have come and gone and moved on to elsewhere. So I'm still interested to see what they have been working on and what they got. If you don't know, last year or the year before announced they're making a remake of some sort of a game called Marathon, which was a PC game from the 90s. So Bungie just the other day did an entire stream where they showed the gameplay and stuff, and that's what I want to see. I'm curious about this game. I don't think they've showed off any gameplay at all, so I would like to see what exactly the heck is going on here. So I'm going to watch a little bit of that. If it runs on too long, we can move on to something else, but I at least wanted to see what this game looks like exactly. Veronica Rose said, hey, just dropping in to say hi before I leave. Veronica Rose, oh, because I'm getting slammed, lol. No, you're all good, Veronica. Do your thing. Destiny 3 has been canceled, says Phantom Fox. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Bungie most certainly doesn't seem to be in the best position as of late. But, yeah, why don't you guys say we go ahead and just jump on in? I'm ready to check this out. If you guys could, let me know how the audio is on this event. Might be a little loud. Let's go ahead and skip ahead. This isn't live, so I can skip around a little bit. So like I said, I don't know anything about the original game Marathon. I know Bungie. I like old Bungie. But I'm very curious to see what this game is, what it's all about. Like, is this like a Destiny clone? Sounds on par. So does that mean too loud? It needs to be a little lower?
All right, everyone, hello and welcome back to Bungie HQ here in beautiful
All right, how's that? Is that a little bit better?
We're coming to you live with the opportunity to share a little bit of marathon gameplay with you for the very first time. My name's Andy. I work on the social media team here, and we've got an awesome show lined up for you with a little.
Honestly, I'm assuming that this game is going to be like a Destiny clone. I'm assuming it's not going to be heavy on the campaign, story-filled content, more centered around PvP type stuff.
First things first, this gentleman here to my right, to your left, is Marathon's game director, Mr. Joe Ziegler. Joe, how you doing?
I'm doing great, thank you very much. Super excited to finally show something about our game, you know? We've been a little bit silent for a while.
Why does the Marathon logo on that book look like
we'll have another video
the Destiny logo?
You in your office.
It looks exactly like the Traveler.
I won't be talking for like 20 minutes straight this time. Yeah.
So for anyone out there that may not know you or what you do here, can you tell us just a little bit about yourself?
I work with a lot of amazing
How long is this going to be?
People on the stage, a lot of people who are sort of in the audience here today. My goal is ultimately to take sort of all the ideas that we have, bring them
Give us the
together
icebreaker in Destiny 2 and I'll be happy, says Phantom. Icebreaker, wasn't that a gun?
Being here today, man.
It was like a sniper. Was that the sniper rifle? That sounds
As we go on down the
familiar.
line, we're also joined by a man who's been instrumental in bringing the worlds of both games and film to life, our franchise art director, Mr. Joe Cross. Joe, how's it going? Joe, for anyone, obviously you've got some fans here, but for anyone out there in the audience at home that may not know you or doesn't get a chance to work with you, can you tell us?
This is so odd that Bungie decided that their game was big enough to do.
Franchise art director of
had
Marathon,
enough excitement to do.
You know, my job is to sort of set the tone and the vision.
An event
the
around their
style
game
of
that everyone
this
has no
reimagine
idea
this IP and
anything
this,
about. It's
this
just so I'm
amazing game.
fascinated by.
And then, make sure that
the
our
marketing
world-class
of
art
this
team is
game.
set up for success.
Like nobody knows anything, and Bungie's not
paving
exactly
the way
riding high right now.
Well, thank you very much for everything. We're going to have a lot to dig into today.
Metafox says the never-ending sniper rifle in Destiny 1.
As we
Yeah, I
go
remember.
right
It
on down
sounds
the line, we
familiar.
have, without a doubt, the most important Andrew on this stage here today, our gameplay director, Mr. Andrew Witz. How's it going, Witz?
Why don't we go ahead and skip ahead?
Something really
I don't really
at the end of the show, so make sure to stick around. But again, the purpose of today is to show off some gameplay.
Yes, that's what I want to see.
I'd love to hand the mic to you for this next part.
So before
Hey,
we get
Skylar
started,
Twilight's in
obviously
chat.
there's a lot
Skylar says
to
sorry
talk
for being a
about
little
today.
late. Having some
We have a
ridiculous
little bit of a
problems that I'm
taste
dealing
to
with at the
show
moment.
you
No, you're
about
all
what our game
good.
is about,
Take
just
your
to kick us
time.
off,
Deal with what
so
you
we can
got
put
to.
some images to what
We
we've
want to
been
put any
talking about
pressure
here,
on
so
you. We're just
let's take a look.
we're hanging around. We're having a good time. We're chilling out right now. All right, here we go. From the creators of Halo and Destiny. You got a lot to live up to. Let's see what this game is. Okay. The reticle looked very Destiny. It very much looks Destiny.
Death. The end of all things. But the dream is not over. My dream. Yours. Now.
Hey, P1 up 93's in chat. What's up, P1? You're back again. Thank you so much for joining. What's up with you? What's up with you, P1? We get P1. Oh, that's good. Skylar Twilight says howdy, P1 up. Hey, Carol Pierce is in chat. What's up, Carol Pierce? Thank you so much for joining. We're just chilling on this stream, just watching, getting caught up on some news and other things I have missed out on. We're watching in a quick event that was the other day of somebody showing off a game. Give me a good crayon eater and good power, and I'll be happy, says Phantom. Healer93 says, I think you should play some Metal Gear Solid. I would love to play some Metal Gear Solid. It's one of my favorite game series. Okay, so it's coming September.
ship out to Tau City very shortly. And in addition to that, coming just later this month on April 23rd, we're going to be running a closed alpha test that you can be a part of.
My question is
Quick
like,
heads up,
again,
this will be focused on North America,
who is
18
excited
plus
for this
only.
game other than
so there's going to be a
OG
big chance
Destiny
to play up front, but don't
fans?
worry,
Like,
there's going to be other opportunities to play later.
I get like
So make sure you're caught up
Marathon.
with all the
I had
details and
never,
ready
me
to go.
personally, I had never
Do
heard of
yourself a
Marathon
favor,
until
head
this
over to
game
our
got
Discord at
announced.
discord.gg/marathon the game. And of course, if you're here in Twitch chat with us today, then you've already done yourself
But
a
it's
big
like, can
favor.
they draw
Members of our
enough
community
people
and moderation
away
teams are
from
gonna be
Destiny?
going
Do they
out
want to do
and,
that?
looking for
Destiny
folks
is their other
to
game.
drop
I don't
codes
know.
to as well to make sure that you can get priority access when the
Maybe I
alpha
just
kicks
maybe I
off.
still don't
So go ahead
understand
and
what
keep an eye out on your inbox.
kind of
There's
PvP
no
game this is.
exclamation
It
point
just
drops
looks
or
like
anything you need to do.
Destiny's
Well, I'm sure folks will do it
PvP.
anyway. But worry not, you've gone ahead and done yourself a favor by
Metal Gear
being
Solid
here
is a great
today.
series of
But,
games. This fan. Oh yeah, it's one of my
let's get into
favorites.
it.
I love
What did we just see?
all of them.
A lot of death, you know, is first what we all saw. But honestly, you saw a first glimpse of some of what's going on in Marathon, you know, our extraction shooter that we're creating over here. And it's got a little bit of everything. It's got some runners in there. It's got some weapons in there. It's got some crazy stuff happening, but yeah.
Yeah, a little taste of the weapons in there. You saw some alternate weapon actions. The flip scope is in there, so weapons are going to do
Call of Duty,
more than just
Destiny,
shoot, obviously.
Overwatch,
It's
and
a
other
Bungie
games
game.
is
We gotta, like,
Phantom.
really push things. Yeah, a lot of runner abilities are in there as well. The UESC, obviously a little taste of the UESC and what they're capable of. Yeah, a lot of awesome stuff.
And some fun world interactions too. Like there's that sequence where the shutters go down and then everything goes wrong for the team that's in that room. But that's, yeah, it's pretty cool to see those things.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think I'm gonna kind of skip around here. I kind of just want to see
Yeah,
the
for sure.
news.
We'll have 6 runners at launch, but we're focusing on the
Oh,
core
you're saying
4
they're
here for
targeting
they're gonna be in the alpha.
fans
So
of Call
going
of
left
Duty,
to right,
Destiny,
we have
Overwatch.
Locust. Locust is our
Maybe.
soldier
I
kind
just-
of fantasy, our soldier kit, all about push forward gameplay, right? The first one in, trying to get as many
Are they
picks as
targeting
possible,
Warframe and
right,
Call of
against
Duty?
the
If they are, I
UESC
don't think they're going to be
players.
successful.
Next we have Blackbird. It's
That
very
those
reconnaissance
games have
based
such a
kit,
dedicated fan
all
base.
about,
It's like
figuring out where players and enemies
you're not
going to
draw people away from Call of Duty. You're not going to draw people away from
Glitch is like
Overwatch.
our agile disruptor,
And you're
kind
not
of
gonna
kit,
draw
all
the
about
Warframe- the
pushing
Warframe
forward,
crowd is
disrupting
very
teams and what they're
dedicated
doing
on-
and getting out and
I
kind of
think
having
maybe
that kind
you
of
could draw
cycle.
people away from
Void
Destiny,
is
but
our,
it's like
is our
Destiny
stealth
is
boy,
their
our
other
sneaky
big
boy,
franchise. It's
all
like
about throwing down
it seems
smokes,
kind of
going
cannibalistic
a
to
full
draw people
active
away
camo
from one of your
cloak,
franchises
in
to
the
your
darkness, getting some
to another
reses
one. You know what I
and,
mean?
taking some people by surprise. So yeah, this is our core 4.
Unless
right
that's their
now.
goal. Are they just like giving up on Destiny?
And even furthermore, Joe Cross, also, if anyone's not following Joe Cross on Twitter, do yourself a favor and do so. But you've been sharing some art with these runners pretty recently out there on Twitter with everyone. You know, before the show, we were talking a little bit, and I've heard this come up a lot, but you know, you guys have been working off of this concept of graphic realism. Can you tell us a little bit about what that is and what that means for the design here?
Yeah, it's
Or is
one
it
of our
targeting Sid
ingredients that
Meier's?
we've sort of
No. I
conjured
think
up
Sid
to
Meier's
help
is
us
a
define the
completely
visual
different
world. For
genre,
these runners, you
right?
know,
Sid Meier's?
the
That's
first
all
thing
like
we wanted to make sure was
RTS
their
and
visual
stuff.
fantasy reflected the gameplay fantasy.
I think you're right. I think
well.
what they're trying to target is
And then
Destiny.
we sort of have our you know, unique.
But it's just like, it's
recipe
so
of
weird to-
influences and inspirations for the
That that's
reimagining
the
of
only
this
people I
world.
could imagine have an interest in this. Is like
And one of those sort of constraints we've created is this idea of graphic realism, where we kind of reduce the amount of geometry, we limit our materials, we use a lot of graphic design.
gameplay overview. All right, let's watch this. I want to learn more about it. All right, this is important here. I want to know more about the gameplay. Sorry, I meant Tom Clancy's his fan. Oh, no. That makes more sense what you're saying. I guess maybe targeting some Tom Clancy's. I mean, maybe this gameplay part will
Marathon
explain
is a
more.
team-based extraction shooter set around the mysterious and cutthroat world of Tau Ceti 4. You are a runner, a cybernetic mercenary who's given up their human form for a biosynthetic shell with unique abilities and stats, capable of both tactical and fast-paced combat. Here you'll fight in a crew of up to 3 players across a variety
So
of
many
zones
shooters
and
as
points of
Phantom Knight.
interest.
I think you're
You'll
right, though. I
face
think maybe they're
rival
targeting
runners
like
in
the
zones
rainbow
up
because
to
it's an
15
extraction
players.
shooter.
Countless
Maybe they're
security
targeting the
forces
Rainbow Six Siege
and
fan base.
otherworldly threats. To scavenge the remains of a lost colony for glory and fortune.
The problem is, man, is to draw people away from all of those games you've mentioned. Those games have such dedicated fan base. You got to be really good to, you know, to rip them away.
Before deploying, you'll strategically build your loadout and select a runner to ensure you're equipped for the run ahead.
I think my problem is I don't know if I like the art style.
Get in, gather as much loot as you can, and make it out alive. Die, and all your gear will be up for grabs. Survive.
The guns
and your
shoot
loot can be
just
taken
like
into
Destiny.
future runs as you
That
grow
heavy
in
weapon,
power.
the shot.
Dynamic
Clear
and
this up.
tactile
Maybe I may
gunplay.
have to go full on
Runners with unique
new
play
router
styles and
and Wi-Fi
customizable
eventually.
builds create highly dynamic and strategic team fights. Whether you're on a zero to hero run or high rolling with powerful gear, you'll need to use your best judgment
Okay, my
when
stream
you
looks like
decide
it's
which
kind of
fights to
back.
pick and how. Because no matter how geared you are, players with skill and strategy will always have the edge. Marathon is designed to be played in crews, with contextual pings, shared objectives, and down but not out, to streamline playing with your friends. Death is not the end. And if you're the last one standing, you can overcome the odds to revive your teammates and get out with your hard-earned loot. And if you believe your skills alone are enough to conquer any challenge, we give you the freedom to opt out of crew fill to take all the glory for yourself as a solo runner.
Okay, I
No
think we're
two
back
runs in
for now.
Marathon
So
ever play out the same.
we'll see how things
with
go.
dynamic events, variable weather, and unpredictable players.
Let me know if there's.
You'll have to
I'll keep an
adapt
eye
on
out if
the
there's any
fly
other
if you
issues.
want to survive. Each run has a time limit, and anything can happen while you're chasing your objective. Looking to unlock upgrades or increase your faction reputation? Slip into the shadows as Void and ghost past your enemies. Search the map for rare materials and profit opportunities without being discovered. Want to push enemy teams and steal their loot? Bring in Glitch with agility implants and your strongest weapons to disrupt rival crews. Running support for your friends? Grab extra equipment, shield charges, and a specialized backpack to be the lifeline they need. You're always free to experiment with team compositions, and the only limit to how you want to play your runner is your loot and imagination. Endgame challenges, ranked play, discovering secrets, seasonal storytelling, community
my phone wasn't
events,
even
and
connected to
more
YouTube for a
all
minute, says
await
Fano.
you in
Uh-oh.
Season 1,
Such a
where
bad
you
day
and
for
your
interweb
friends will
issues.
start to unravel
My
the
connection
mysteries
isn't even that
of
strong
Tower
right now,
City
to be
4.
honest. I don't know what's up.
Remember, you're only ever one run away from your next big score.
To turn the key to get into a locked room, and then the other team is right there, and you're like, oh crap.
On an extraction shooter.
Sorry, excuse me, sorry.
You good? You good?
Yeah, still heading to field maintenance. Yep. Oh, I got AI over here like 20 feet.
Oh my god, he didn't jump up.
Vanderfox says I've got one bar on my phone and I'm right next to my router.
They
Goodness.
have a snipe up
Maybe
above.
it's a wider thing. Maybe it's not just me. I don't know.
I need some bits ammo. Guys, follow me. There's a green punk
I
right
got
there.
There's ticks underneath.
Oh, yeah, here, I
Okay,
think.
this is basically the scout rifle from Destiny there.
Got one. I hit one, pretty sure, but I'm
Again, the gameplay looks... It's Destiny, basically. Got scout rifles, you got shotguns, you got sniper rifles. Only thing I haven't seen is like some of the pulse rifles or something.
Either way, I'm getting shredded right now, so I gotta
clear the one with clear the AI outside first. They're just gonna beam us if we don't get rid of them.
Yep.
What the? What?
That's a purple
It's a
one.
Spectrum issue. I'm on the phone with them and they're having issues. Ah, I see. So that's what I said. Ah, so that's Destiny. This is not Destiny, but this is made by the people who made Destiny. So that's why we keep bringing up Destiny so much.
What do you have on your little guy?
Oh, one of the guys you killed had just been weapons on him. Poor guy.
Oh, mechanics kit. That's what we need, right? We just
Yeah,
gotta use mechanical
kit,
status effects.
I'm using it.
Yeah, I'm inside with him.
All right, so why don't we say we go ahead and
Yeah.
skip
Yeah.
ahead?
Something.
So YouTube.com.
I kind of feel like I've
Just a
got
great
the gist of it. I kind of at least wanted to see. Do we have like
snapshot
a?
of what life is like on Tau Ceti. So
Is there a
we hope you
story?
enjoy, but in the meantime, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and we'll see you all star side.
Okay, it looks fun, says Skylar. Yeah, I mean, I'm getting. It's about as close to Destiny's PvP as you can get. Maybe some of the the abilities and supers and stuff aren't there, but like the gun wise, it's looking just like it. I think my problem is I just don't think the game looks that pretty. Like the art style is kind of I think the art style is kind of gross in my opinion. Destiny 2 is free to play and 100 gigs to download. Play for an hour and uninstall and you have beaten Destiny, says Phantom. Yeah.
I met a traveler from an antique land who said, "Two vast and trunkless legs of stone stand in the desert. Near them, on the sand, half sunk, a shattered visage lies, whose frown and wrinkled lip and sneer of cold command tell that it sculpt to well those passions red which yet survive. Stamped on these lifeless things, the hand that mocked them, lifeless thing that mocked them, and the heart that fed, and the heart that fed.
It's just again, I hate to harp on the art style and graphics, but like I gotta say it's an ugly looking game, which is really sad because like Destiny was like very pretty, and it's just like I don't think this looks pleasant in terms of the art style like at all.
Mind if we skip the formalities this time? Got a big contract waiting down there.
They made it chappy, the video games, as Phantom Fox. I can see that.
Are you familiar with this item? That's my lucky charm. Yeah. It's supposed to be my lucky charm.
Chappy. I think I did see that movie.
Identify her? Yeah, that's my mom. That's your mom. Now, consider this. Do you recognize this child? Who are you? I don't It's you. Really?
Goodness. Again, it's like they're showing this, but like, what is this? Like, it's a bunch of nothing.
What's that you're always tuned into? Worth anything?
I don't know, but I like it. It speaks to me.
Let me listen.
Yeah, go ahead.
Do you ever wonder what happened to these people?
It's not my business.
And this music is?
Your conscious mind in a robot body that can easily be transferred to other robots on a whim.
Give it to me.
It's like, again, they're showing all this stuff, and it's like, they're showing all these set pieces, but it's like, well, what's the game? It's some sort of futuristic world with guns where humans' minds have been transferred into robots? Okay.
And on the pedestal these words appear. My name is Ozymandias, King of Kings. Look on my works, ye mighty, and despair. Nothing beside remains. Nothing beside remains.
Makes me think of Cyberrun VR's as Phantom. Interesting.
The decay of that colossal wreck. Round the decay of that boundless and bare. Boundless. The lone and level sand stretch far away.
I just, like, I hate to say it, I wasn't like super interested in this game prior, but I think this might make me less interested. I don't think I've seen anything here that it's like, okay, so you're making Destiny 2 multiplayer again. I've already played that though, you know. It's like this world, from what I can see, doesn't.
Is that me?
Doesn't seem like it brings anything crazy or new. Alright, well that's enough of me complaining about that. I kind of want to see, I think Angry Joe posted a video. I kind of want to see what his opinion on it was. Actually, you know what? No, I'll watch that later on my own. Again, not something I'm terribly super excited for. I think it looks okay at best. I don't know. Again, I think I'm far less interested in that now. All of a sudden, I just think the art. Again, my big takeaway was the art style was just kind of. I think it was kind of fugly. Not the greatest presentation for me, at least. Alright, so if you guys want, there are a couple of other news stories that happened that I kind of want to know more about. If you guys didn't see, what was his name? Oh gosh, I can't think of his name. There was a couple of right back to back. There was a couple of streamers who have been arrested in other countries for for being menaces. Essentially, I kind of wanted to look into that. I know Vitaly was one. If you guys don't know who Vitaly is, Vitaly is like an older school YouTuber. Not even YouTuber. He's more like a prankster who kind of got popular for being kind of a jerk, for being an a-hole, going around and pranking people and just being an outright menace to society. I know recently he like kind of came back and was doing some. Oh, is my stream having trouble again? He was doing some kind of weird. What's the name of the Chris Hansen thing he used to do? What's his TV show called? He was doing like a weird Chris Hansen thing, where he was like, and drawing people in, trying to catch pedophiles, and then they were like, it was very odd. I'm honestly surprised this guy hadn't like gotten in trouble in the past for anything. I think he has, but somehow has been able to keep his American citizenship somehow. Sorry, I'm keeping an eye on the stream. Dude, my stream is struggling right now. Alright, well, let me see if I can find a good video. Let's see, who covers Vitaly? Let's watch H3's video. It looks like H3 looks like,
Anyway, let's move on.
Alright, so here's H3 talking about Vitaly.
A lot to get to here, guys. Not least among is Vitaly going to jail for life. I know a guy who was, which is one of the funniest outcomes, one of the most psychotic, unexpected outcomes. I mean, I didn't expect much.
I will say, I don't necessarily feel bad for Vitaly. In fact, I'm actually kind of happy this dude
serving the rest of his
finally gotten in trouble for something.
Filipino prison.
Dude, he's just a complete
which is looking more and more every day like
society.
that's what's going to be happening to him. Let's see. So here, since we last spoke about it,
and I will say, there's another YouTuber that got in trouble for the same exact thing. Well, we'll watch that after this.
In which he describes what's coming for Vitaly. Let's take a look here.
Vlogger who was apparently, as reporters have written,
Yeah, Vitaly got in trouble in the Philippines, and they like
bloggers who do that for
they're
show,
trying to make him
right?
go away
Or
for like several years, I think.
For show. What did he violate?
The fucking Secretary of the Interior said for clout. This guy knows.
Yeah, he understands.
I was like, oh shit, this guy's clout brand. He knows about it.
I mean,
right?
This is proof that Vitaly's stupid.
Oh, Johnny Somali. That's the other one.
Like,
We'll
like to a
get
certain
caught up
extent,
on.
him going there and being a fucking menace for content. Like, I understand what he's thinking, right? It's like you're trying to get views. But at this point, why keep being smug? I bet if you stood there and like really show that you regret it, they'd go easier on you probably.
They probably would be more inclined to go easier. I
Yeah.
don't know if they would, but
Yeah.
it certainly would be a good idea.
It definitely seems like it's worth a try from Vitaly's point of view.
I think his attitude's going to change up real fast.
I probably.
We have a clip. It's from the press conference that we talked about a little bit on Monday, but I saw a different section of it where they're like shaming him by showing some of his content, like his TikToks and stuff, and he starts laughing and applauding himself when they're showing the video.
See, they don't fuck with that, I bet.
You have that clip?
Yeah, it's in the doc.
That's another thing that's really great is like I'm actually kind of happy that they're like that they arrested him. Not only arrested him, but that like I don't want to say I'm happy that they're shaming him, but like if he's gonna get in trouble and they're gonna put him in prison and he's gonna, go through some stuff, then I really like the fact of them really trying to put it to him that like, listen, you're in trouble because of this and this, and we're not happy about that. This is not stuff that flies in our country. You know what I mean? It's like I'm kind of annoyed that it takes other countries to like stand up and do something about people doing annoying stuff in public. But again, he was doing this kind of stuff in San Francisco and nobody was like doing anything about it. It's like, come on, man. It's like, good on you, Philippines. That's all I'm saying.
Right after
Oh
this.
my god,
so stupid.
I watch a lot of true
And
crime.
what I presume is his lawyer is like, stop doing that.
I watch a lot of true crime, and there's a few rare moments where a killer or someone who committed a heinous crime will sit there and like show no remorse, almost show pride in their
And
crime.
I forgot to say another thing that Vitaly was a douchebag over was he was also doing like he was doing pranks and all stuff back in the day, and he did another video where he like was acting all like super nice and charitable, bringing like food and stuff to some homeless people, but then like he did legitimately bring food, but the problem is he like, rather than just being nice and handing people out stuff, he was like intentionally trying to make a ruckus of like trying to dictate how to give the food out, and you could tell like the homeless people were like almost mad to an extent because he's like, no, you guys gotta get in line, stand in line. He's like yelling at them. It's a crazy video. He's just a complete menace.
Vitaly is doing that over pranks, man.
Yeah, he's like,
and he might serve as much time as if he killed someone. To be honest,
for
with
real,
you.
he's facing so many years. Oh,
So let's take a look.
What did he violate?
Well, there was vandalism, there was unjust vexation, burglary, with you coming
That's my
someone
favorite charge.
without their consent.
Don't vex me, bro.
Yeah, unjust vexation. First of all, it's just funny that vexing someone is a crime. But also, does the existence of unjust vexation imply that some is justified, totally justifiable vexation?
Yeah, get vexed, bro.
It'll be proven in court if it's if
it was justified or not.
Yeah.
There was.
And I know there's another thing that people have been speculating about Vitaly for a long time, is that he's like always seems to be on drugs and is always in some sort of it's not proven, but he's always in a very not rational state. He, in my opinion, he's always kind of come off as like he's on something, so maybe him going away or something will help him with whatever problems he may have. But his whole situation's odd. I think he's still is not technically a full-on American citizen. I don't know if he has American citizenship or not. I know he is from Russia, so I don't know if even if America, for some annoying reason, went to bat for him and tried to get him back on their behalf. Like, would they do that for someone who's not? I don't know. It's fascinating.
Was theft. He stole an electric fan. He stole a motorcycle from a patrolman of BGC. He has, I think, 30 videos in the Philippines. All that, making a fool of Filipinos.
Oh, wow. What happens to him now?
His cases now, I think there are 5 cases filed. All of them are bailable.
By the way, the way that they speak is very interesting. They're weaving in and out between English.
Yeah, AB edited this down to just be the sections that were English, but we were both observing that when we watched the clip the other day.
It was like 50-50. It was really interesting how they.
And that was another thing, is I think they mentioned it here, but they're trying him for like 20 years or something insane. It's kind of crazy.
I was looking up the other day. It's official language, but so is, I think it's just called
Granted,
Filipino.
he didn't hurt anyone, but he was being an incredible annoyance.
I think that's one version of Filipino. I always thought it was Tagalog as well, but I
public
think there's a more
degeneracy
general version of it that they just
mean you
refer
should
to as
go away
Filipino.
for 25 years or something like that.
Of the people there
That's kind of absurd.
That'd be a good place to visit.
Yeah,
I don't know.
for sure. As long as Vitaly.
Although not in Vitaly's case.
Maybe not.
Horrible place to visit.
Maybe just don't vex anyone, and you'll probably be totally fine.
I'm vexless. I'm so straightforward.
However, upon rules of the Bureau of Immigration, if he is an undesirable alien, the Bureau of Immigration has a right to detain him in the process of his hearing. He has no access to a cell phone. He has an access only to a cell phone to contact family or attorney. He is not allowed to vlog about anything which goes on inside the detention facility.
That's the worst thing
He
for
will
him.
live on the
He
national
can't vlog
stipend
anything.
of 3 meals at 70 pesos a day. That's for all 3
Which is
meals.
like $1 a day.
Yeah.
I don't know what's like the comparable.
Whatever will
value.
Vitaly do if he can't
73.45.
record anything and put it online?
$1.22. Oh, I got
That's
Mexican
$1.22. But
pesos.
how far does $1.22 go in the Philippines? I think not far. You know.
Meals. He will get special treatment. He will live in a common cell while in air conditioner. And I think that hearing the civil trial, I think it's civil criminal, maybe it's criminal, it'll maybe last 2 to 3 years.
Okay, so this man just said the trial will take, before he's even sentenced, 2 to 3 years.
Right.
Nice.
In a shared cell, $1 a day for 3 meals. Did he say there's AC, or there's one AC unit in each shared cell?
I think he said there was AC.
I think he said there was AC, yeah.
So that's a benefit. You know, it's nice.
Then the minimum charge, I think, will be 5 years per guilty verdict.
5 years per
Minimum.
guilty verdict, and he read off.
See
a
what I
pretty
mean? Yeah,
long
5
laundry
years
list
per
of
guilty
crimes.
verdict, and there's like
Finding
5 verdicts
crimes.
against him.
So potentially, and by the way, all the shit he listed, I was like, no, he.
If I know how to do math,
Yeah.
that means
And
25.
seemingly applauded himself. Watching
Good job,
it back as
Chaz.
well.
You still know how to math.
Entirely in the realm of possibility that this man will serve 25 years.
That would be insane if he got 25 years for pulling pranks. Like, what he did was horrible, but 25 years? Oh my god, so much of his
That
life
does
totally
seem.
gone.
I don't want to defend. Listen, it's kind of like a fuck around, find out moment for Vitaly here, but
Yes.
that does seem pretty outrageous.
I mean,
25 years for what he did.
For sure. He could probably like serve some of them at the same time, but even so.
Yeah, maybe simultaneous.
Concurrent. So maybe he'll get lucky and only do 5 years.
5 years.
I mean,
which
listen,
is
even
still
5 years is too long.
That's crazy.
Honestly, I'd say maybe like just being real.
I should say, like, again, I agree with them. 25 years for being a public nuisance and pulling pranks. Obviously, my internet keeps cutting in and out, says Phantom. I feel like, yeah, that might be on your end as well. Mine's kind of in the same boat. It keeps, it's going and then it's going away. But now it's cutting. Maybe it's not just me. Mine's definitely not doing well right now. Let me look at mine. Because I have Xfinity. Xfinity outage. Let me see if there is. I'm kind of curious now. Mine, like, it runs, it looks like numbers wise it should be doing fine, but then it's not, which is very odd. How do I look at my outages? Services. All right, whatever. But yeah, my internet's certainly not doing all that well
as
either.
I'm the waiter, I weigh justice on both ends.
George Klein.
I would say 2 years max. You know,
I'd say 2 years be good.
Also, I don't know if he has the money for this type of thing because he was in debt a year ago, 140K, and actually Steve will do it, paid off his debt.
I think he got a nice paycheck from Kick.
Yeah, but
From Steak, right? Weren't those all like Steak sponsored? His like pedo hunting thing, or was it
Yes.
Kick sponsored?
Well, no, I think it was. He had. Yeah. No, those were all stakes sponsored.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean they're the same, aren't they?
I mean, I guess yeah.
By the way, if you're on
Like,
Comcast or
hundreds of thousands of
Spectrum,
streams, in my
they
opinion.
both have an outage all across the board.
these
Well,
ones in
yeah,
the
I have
Philippines were also
Comcast.
state-sponsored, I believe.
I have Xfinity, which I
remember
think is under
that's where the
Comcast.
goof came from gambling on your phone during the arrests and shit.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Still good. Still funny.
Oh, great.
Also, Chad saying that they said no AC, not that there is AC.
Why would he? Okay, hold on.
I've seen him make.
Wait, he emphasized that there was no AC. That seems like that.
Because it seemed. Yeah.
Well, I could see him saying that just because he was saying he'd get no special treatment.
Right.
It's going to be a normal cell, no AC. But I thought he said there was AC. But
What is he? Was he
I
say
thought he
there's
said
spikes
one.
in the mattress? I mean, we didn't need to know that.
I
mean,
said he
Seals
wasn't
outside
getting
the cell door.
special treatment as a vlogger.
Let me hear.
Undesirable alien, the Bureau of Immigration has a right to detain him in the process of his hearing. He
Meeting
has no
spikes
access
of
to a cell
7
phone. He has an access
kbps
only to a cell phone to contact
zero.
family or
Yeah.
attorney. He's not allowed to vlog about anything.
Mine's
which goes
all over
on
the place.
inside
It goes
the
up to
detention facility.
5,000 to
He will live on the
to
national
100
stipend
kbps.
of,
It's like
of
up
3
and down.
meals at 70 pesos a
I mean,
day.
I feel like my stream is
That's for all 3
holding
meals.
okay for now.
I love. He's like, that's it. This motherfucker barely gonna eat.
Yeah, it's kind of weird how he's like, listen,
Crazy.
listen, our prisons are awful, and that's where he's gonna
I
be.
mean, he's kind of doubling down on that.
It's like less than 40 cents a meal, American.
I hate to defend Vitaly at all, so don't even perceive it as that because I really don't care that he's going away for 25 years.
Yeah, I can't.
That
really be
being
bothered
said, they're
either.
talking about him like he's like a mass murderer.
Well, they definitely want to make an example out of him. So,
I mean,
GG.
This will likely make other, the other Johnny Somalis or Vitalis or whatever. They'll think twice
With
before.
Johnny,
Yeah.
Vitaly would have got the message.
Yeah.
the message apparently is to just do it in Los Angeles because nothing will happen to you.
Yeah, we don't
That's
care. We don't care.
He did that shit for like a year here, and nothing seemed to happen to him.
At least Vitaly has committed so many crimes that he.
I do, again, on behalf of the Philippines, I do like the idea of them. I don't say like the idea, but like they're definitely trying to make an example out of Vitaly, which it's like these countries should have been doing this to these American crazy streamers years ago. I mean, you can think like a lot of this stems back from the Logan Paul thing. Like, how in the world did Japan not do anything to Logan Paul back in the day when he did the Suicide Forest stuff? Like, Americans, they've been allowed to get, crazy streamers have been allowed to get away with entirely too much over time. It's like, again, Logan Paul running through Japan, like taking fish from stands and leaving it on people's cars, going to the Suicide Forest. He was going to like murals and stuff like that. Well, not murals, but they have like little towers, like praying stations, and he was like, what was he doing? I can't remember. He was doing something. No, I don't know. Again, make an example of these people, man. It's like, just because you're in a... You should be more respectful when you're in somebody else's country because of stuff like this. Like, I should be pulling 400. Oh, I see Phantom. Yeah, like I said, my stream is struggling, so I'm in the same boat. Which it sounds like Xfinity's having some trouble right now, which maybe I chose a bad day to do my ChazmaN live, but oh well. But yeah, it's like when you're in somebody else's country, man, you should probably try and be more respectful and keep to yourself than you would in America. Like in America, go all out. But I think a lot of these streamers over the years have gotten so accustomed to like, oh, they're not going to do anything because I'm an American. And it's like, no, dude, act right. I don't know.
He hasn't been.
So good on them for going
called
after
for.
Johnny Somali.
So I feel like these 25 years are for all
Vitaly,
those.
screw those
like
guys.
fucking almost killing that woman.
That's true.
Like,
He had it covered.
Yeah, it's karma, dude.
Karma, 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 chameleon.
Let's see if he had an AC.
Yeah, here.
He will get special treatment. He will live in a common cell while an air conditioner.
He said one air conditioner.
No, he's saying
without.
Wait, let's hear it again.
Oh, it might have been a Filipino word.
Yeah, walang means no.
Ah.
Hold on.
Get special treatment. He will live in a common cell while an air conditioner.
Got it.
It's a very interesting.
We evidently have a decent portion of Filipino fans, and that's what they're saying.
I mean, following what everything else he was saying.
That's why I says, well, I'm having no issues with my internet so far.
Yeah, one air conditioner.
Well, you're just super lucky then, Skylar.
The Philippines gets pretty hot and sticky.
No, I think it's an Xfinity.
I don't think that sounds luxurious.
Like Phantom was saying, I'm definitely my.
Although I don't think there's AC units in fucking.
The strength of my connection is all over the place.
Get cold air.
From what I can tell.
He doesn't get blankets. No blankets. No window. We hold the food in
Every
the
time I
kitchen
look
for
at
days,
it, it's all in the red.
so that it grows mold and goes spoils before we serve it.
We put itching powder in his underwear.
That's right.
Yeah.
Right.
There's booby traps.
Maybe if you have like AT&T or something, you're doing
gas.
way better.
We spread marbles around on the ground like Home Alone.
Or Verizon. Not Verizon.
Vitaly's facing charges. Blah blah blah. We saw that. Here's
AT&T.
the new
What are the
video that I
other
haven't watched yet.
service ISPs?
Yeah, he's in. This is the press conference. Oh God, it's so good.
All right, I think we'll move on to something else. But at least, yeah, like again, the whole Vitaly thing is just so. I don't mean to like be super happy about it, but like I'm happy to see this dude needs to get punished for something, dude. Like I don't know how he's been allowed to kind of get away with some of the stuff he's been doing. All right, so then why don't we move on to Johnny Somali? Let's go. I want to see that. That's probably the case I know less about than this one. Gosh, I forgot how good the Half-Life music went, how hardcore it went. Alright, let's see if we can find someone good. Let's see, Asmongold. I don't like Asmongold. I don't want to see him talk about it. Where's our boy Moist Critical? I want to see Moist Critical or somebody talk about it.
All other.
Oh, here we go.
Guys and gals,
I like Mutahar. Let's watch
late
Mutahar.
night tonight, and honestly, I was just sitting here wondering what compels a man to upload crimes onto the internet, make a fool of themselves, and possibly face years of their life in a prison, all because of internet clout. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you probably have obviously heard of Johnny Somali by now. I make quite a few videos on the guy. I've actually focused on quite a lot of IRL streamers, and the idea of nuisance streaming and IRL streaming is super duper interesting to me, okay? Just the fact that literally like 15 years ago, if you asked me, whoa, would somebody commit a crime and upload it to YouTube or any live streaming platform? You know, the entire evidence, is up there for the world to see. I'd probably tell you no one's stupid enough to do that. But today, we live in a day and age where literally entire live stream platforms exist where people are just committing actual crimes. Allegedly, of course. I looked at things like Pump.Fun, but generally speaking, the Johnny Somali side of the camp, the IRL streamers, were a concept that I would say existed around the time of like Ice Poseidon kind of starting this out, popularizing this meta. But back then, I think things were definitely a lot more tamed in.
Gosh, good.
Nowadays, it seems
Thank
like everybody's
goodness
just
that guy Ice Poseidon has
so
disappeared.
To give you guys the ultimate TLDR on Johnny Somali
That's
over
like the
here,
worst
this man
type
has
of
been
people
IRL
on
live
the
streaming in
internet.
plenty of countries. Japan, for instance, where he made a fool of himself, basically got removed out of the country, and then immediately started to rain their terror all the way to other countries. They decided to go all the way to Israel, for instance, a country where everyone has to serve mandatory in their military service. And then, of course, Johnny goes from Israel all the way to South Korea, where people are also mandated to join the military, meaning that people are ready to kick your ass. Johnny was so annoying that at some point, actual South Korean, like Marines, we're talking UDT.
Phantom Fox says, "Who is this?" This is Johnny Somali. Essentially, he is almost the same exact. He's in almost the same exact situation as Vitaly just now. He's like a. I don't even want to say prankster. Like Vitaly was a prankster. Johnny Somali is more just a public nuisance. Not saying Vitaly isn't, but his content is less entertaining than Vitaly, and he just goes around messing with people, literally. Like that is all his content. So Vitaly went over to the Philippines, don't know why. He went on that and he got arrested, of course, so he may be going to prison for what he was doing there. And now all of a sudden, Johnny Somali is another YouTube streamer who, again, his content is just him being incredibly annoying in public. And he went to South Korea, and now he has gotten himself in trouble. So that's why these two stories are kind of so similar, is that they're two incredibly annoying characters who honestly should have gotten in trouble way earlier in their lives. And it's kind of, again, I'm personally annoyed that they've been kind of allowed to do what they want, but at least both of these guys seem like they're gonna face some sort of punishment, or law figure. So when in the
Vigil
end,
from Rainbow Six was walking around hunting Johnny Somali. There were allegedly bounties placed up to hunt this little twink around the internet, okay? And that is where you have severely fucked up. When you're not only drawing the ire of law enforcement agencies, but motherfuckers are hunting you down like it's Manhunt out there, okay? Like you got a 6-star wanted rating when it comes to being a fucking douche on the internet. Now, obviously, since all of it, Johnny...
Beta Fox says, I just had a massive jump cut. Oh. I mean, my stream appears to be fine, Phantom. It could be your stream you might be having more troubles than me. My stream looks like it's balanced out a little bit. Oh, I see. Your stream must have fallen behind a little bit, Phantom. And then my internet looks like it just cleared up, so maybe there was a jump cut. Your stream may have been way behind. Because like you were saying, if you were having issues and I'm having issues, your stream may have fallen behind by a little bit.
Johnny's passport has gone through a travel lock, meaning that Johnny is not allowed to leave South Korea until all of this legal bullshit is taken care of. Legal bullshit that allegedly, well, apparently can lock him up in prison for up to 5 years, okay, for various crimes. Things like obstruction of business, things like the Minor Crimes Act, for instance, which we'll get into. There are even cases where he's allegedly played North Korean propaganda in South Korea, which is not something you should be doing. There's even cases where Johnny or somebody on their team allegedly produced deepfakes, which if you ever watched my video about, South Korea's nth room, one of the most evil cases of disgusting activity on the internet, you would know that if any country is fighting against deepfakes, it's definitely South Korea. So before we go into it, where is Johnny right now? Well, if you think, man, maybe some synapses are firing. Maybe he's not making, videos on the internet. Maybe he's not streaming. You'd be dead wrong. Seems like Johnny is out there being a nuisance again. So I saw this clip the other day, and this clip, by the way, I might want to tell you, you might want to wear a hazmat suit because the levels of cringe that are going to be coming off of this are wild. So watch this with me.
Oh,
Charge me for doing
yeah, this is the kind of stuff this guy got in trouble for doing.
Let's go, Korea! Korea number one! Yes! Korea number one! Korea number one!
It's like watching fucking ISIS fucking kill a journalist or something, dude. It's like watching something that wild, dude. Oh, it's actually it's really difficult. It's really difficult to process how cringe this is. I can't even make it 30 seconds into it without wanting to fucking die. But I guess we might as well finish
So
the
I'm 10 minutes
remainder
behind on the stream, and when I clock live, it leaves me 10 minutes behind. Oh, I'm sorry.
Boom, 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 boom. I want you in my room.
I can't make it a whole minute. I'm sorry, guys. I'm gonna tap out here. Now, what I love about this
I
actual...
think part of the problem with I don't mean to judge anyone, but clearly there's some sort of mental instability in figures like Vitaly and Johnny Somali, and it's like part of the problem is because they haven't been punished and they've been allowed to get away with so much that it clearly, in my opinion, seems as though some stuff has kind of gotten to their heads. And for somebody who may be in a mental situation like that, I could imagine that all of the stimulation and all of the online and streaming, it's for someone who's not in a good state, I don't think that's good for you, I feel like all of that will kind of get to their head. Scott Charlie says, it's not that surprising of all the nonsense that Johnny Somali has been doing. Yeah, none of this is entirely new from Johnny either, so again, you can't let this stuff go unattended,
over here too, is
for as long as it basically has.
Just doing their job over here. There's a couple people walking around this location, just some passerbys minding their own business. And South Korea is a very homogenized country. It's a very racially homogenized. There's not a lot of multiculturalism like there is in North America or Europe or Western countries. So this might be the first experience someone in this country has ever had with a black guy or a Somalian or anything of that nature. And if this is what they see, let me tell you, there's gonna be some clan ass discussions. You're gonna have people speak like David fucking Duke at the dinner table after tonight, which again we'll get to later, okay? But anyways, if you're noticing very carefully, this is on a brand new live streaming platform that I've never heard of until I researched this specific case, Party.com. Now I decided to go to check out what this live streaming platform could be. Maybe it's amazing. Maybe it's blowing my mind. And of course, this live stream platform is filled with gaming, crypto, music, IRL, casinos. Yeah, it's one of those Web3 crypto streaming platforms. Maybe it's not as degenerate as Pump.fun at its infancy, but of course you can see it's got some crazy content creators. People like Sneego, for instance, Mr. Based Forever, Movlogs, World of T-Shirts 2001. So you all can experience your degenerate alcoholism
the worst people on here.
In 4K HDR. I don't even know if it streams that way, but you get the idea. You've also got brilliant creators like Jack, let me rip my McLaren onto the highway, Doherty. So all of the wildest characters, the Avengers of fucking brain damage, are showing up ready to entertain the audience. Now, of course, it's not the only thing on this platform. There's some genuinely cool things. People who are playing some standard games like Skyrim. in amongst, talking about Censorship Sucks Roundtable Radio, Paranormal Intelligence Agency radio show. So look, moral of the story, it seems like it's one of those live streaming platforms where people go to whenever they get banned off all the mainstream stuff. So generally speaking, loose TOSs, most of the actual user base over here has already been banned once, twice, maybe indefinitely on most mainstream services. This is kind of like the refugee camp for places you go to when you've just fucking completely been banned from every normal website. And this creates almost like a feedback loop on these platforms. Like, you just attract the people that are always one-upping each other in degeneracy, okay? One day we're going to witness somebody commit a fucking Dexter-style serial killing on this platform. And it's just going to be normal at that point, okay? Because the internet's going to be that desensitized to insane shit. Now, Johnny Somali has fucked himself to the points where multiple crimes and acts are being sort of applied to him. Now, remember, all of these things are allegations on Johnny Somali. Again, until a court of law proves this to be definitive, all of these are, of course, allegations. So I want to stress that as much as I can, okay, for legal sake. Now, I was looking more into the laws regarding the Republic of Korea, and some of the laws that Johnny was getting into were involving the Minor Offenses Act, okay? So for anybody that doesn't know the Minor Offenses Act, the purpose of this act is to protect the freedoms and rights of citizens and to contribute to maintaining good order by providing for matters necessary for categorizing and punishing minor offenses, okay? So what kind of minor offenses are we talking about? Okay, we're talking about breaking into empty houses.
Oh, I totally
okay?
forgot to look
Any
at
person that breaks
Discord. I
into an
thought somebody in the
uninhabited or
Discord
abandoned
threw
house,
me some
carrying concealed weapons such as a
news.
knife, steel rod, or hacksaw. You notice how they haven't mentioned firearms here? Because that is a very major offense, obviously. In
Nope, okay,
most
we did
East
check it
Asian
out. I forgot that
countries,
was
most Asian
the...
countries in general. Preparation for violence. Any person who engages in preparatory conduct.
Scotch said, oh, random thing. I think Content Cop might be coming back. Oh, interesting. So who's that? That is iDubbbz? So you think iDubbbz is going to be coming back? I would be shocked. Why? Did iDubbbz talk about it? Let's check out his channel. But yeah, essentially, thank goodness someone's going after these annoying pranksters. Let's see, iDubbbz. Let's see if he talks anything. I don't really see anything on his channel. Maybe on his social media he may have mentioned something. No, wrong button. Oh, he did post something. Okay, let me see. Let's see what he says here.
What we do here is
Go back. Oh, a new Content Cop in 2 days. Okay. Okay. Am I unsubscribed? I used to be subscribed to iDubbbz. Did I unsubscribe? I don't remember. Why would I unsubscribe? I don't hate iDubbbz. I just kind of stopped watching. I must have unsubscribed. Where am I at? Interesting. Maybe I never subscribed. I used to watch a lot of his videos. Interesting. That was a very short video. I guess it is a short. Interesting. That's something I can look forward to. I definitely will be watching that. I personally think iDubbbz, when he puts his mind to it and has his head in the right place, he makes really good content. Problem is that he's, I don't know, he's just kind of odd now. I definitely hope he puts out something good, though. I would like to watch it. Alright, let's see. There was something else I was thinking about watching. Oh gosh, what did I want to see? Oh no, I lost it in my head. I had something I wanted to watch. Oh, the Angry Joe video. Okay, that's right. Finally fixed the internet on my end, says Phantom. Yeah, mine fixed about 5 to 10 minutes ago. It's been steady since then, so hopefully it stays that way. Well, everyone, we're almost an hour and a half in, and I feel like I've almost rounded the bases of stuff I wanted to watch. Again, feel free to send me any news stories that you may care about. I kind of want to see Angry Joe's reaction to the marathon thing real
Bungie
quick.
did a big reveal, gameplay reveal, cinematic short. They invited a bunch of content creators that I guess
I watch some
have
Angry Joe
roots
from time
in,
to time.
Bungie and all their games. And they showed off the game, and they put together a creator alpha gameplay highlights with, Dr. Lupo and all these people playing the game and experiencing it. But I'm not going to talk about that because there's not much there. Instead, they had a gameplay overview, I guess, for the rest of us. I'm searching for their channel to see what exactly. We got a gameplay reveal trailer, and we got a gameplay overview trailer. But because they're so short, 5 minutes, 2 minutes, we'll go over those. But then I had to basically watch.
Yeah, they
what
finally
Bungie
fixed my
wanted me to
issues,
watch
says
was all
Phantom.
the
Well, that's good
content
to hear.
creators that they invited out.
Apologies
so
for the
message.
internet
So
problems.
I watched a bunch of content creators. Some I actually
Maybe
really
it wasn't
trust,
my
and some
fault
are
after
new
all.
ones
I was
that don't
assuming it
know
was
about,
my
that I
internet,
think are big
my
fans
connection
of
the
Bungie
entire
and stuff.
time.
Wrote a bunch of notes and got an overall impressions of what Marathon is. So essentially, Marathon, they just revealed it, coming out what?
September 20.
September 20.
Same day as Borderlands.
September 23rd. There it is. September 23rd.
Oh, Marathon comes out the same day as Borderlands? Ah, that's not good. Wow. Because if you ask me, I'm not even like as big a Borderlands fan as I used to, but if I have the choice of playing Borderlands or Marathon, bro, I'm playing Borderlands all day over Marathon so far. That is nuts. That's a terrible game to launch alongside. At least if they would have launched alongside like a single player game. But like the fact that they're launching us alongside another massively multiplayer shooter, oh, that's a killer for them. Phantom Fox says I have Borderlands 4 on my wish list. Yeah, I'm down on Borderlands. I'm not as big as I used to be, but like I'm much more interested in Borderlands than I am Marathon at this point. That's a terrible timing for them.
Bungie's next big thing. As you know, Bungie was purchased by Sony for $3-point-something billion, and so they got a lot to live up to. And Destiny 2 has been going on forever, but it's not exactly user-friendly for new people to come in. I'm looking to see what's next, and here we go. Are we ready? Let's do it. Let's start with the gameplay reveal trailer that's only a minute long, and then we'll jump into the overview. So 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. That's a lot of highlighter. Snipers. It kind of looks Apex Legends if a Office highlighter exploded in my oh jeez.
I have Borderlands 4 on my wish list, Phantom Fox, that, and Fable 4 near Christmas. Fable isn't coming out this year. It already got delayed. I remember reading about that. Yeah, Fable got delayed into next year already. So I think now... so Fable's not in the cards for at the end of the year. I think Fable got moved to beginning of next year. So I think it's like March. It's like February, March now. Fable's got its release date. Which I'm kind of happy about. I'm okay with them pushing Fable back a little bit. You know, I think Grand Theft Auto 6, right? That comes out at around holiday time, so... I'm okay. I think once Grand Theft Auto comes out, Grand Theft Auto is going to dominate the end of the year. So I think it's probably smart if you're a big video game developer to kind of get out of the way of Grand Theft Auto. I don't view that as a problem, especially if you feel like you need to touch up a couple things, maybe get some quality, you know, some slight improvements. I think that's a good decision for Fable. You know, I think the people who love Fable, who want Fable, will be willing, or more than willing, to wait a few more months. You know what I mean? Yeah, desperately avoiding Grand Theft Auto, I think, is going to be pivotal for a lot of companies. That game is going to dominate dominate the latter end of the year. Because if they drop Borderlands 4 and Fable 4 and GTA 6, the Elder Scrolls Chris all around the same timeline. I don't think any of those are going to be around the same timeline. I think because Borderlands 4 is September. Grand Theft Auto 6 is later in the year, right? Isn't that like November? So there's a little bit of time in between Borderlands and Grand Theft Auto. Let me see. Was there a date given for GTA 6 yet? Just says late 2025. Oh, actually, so we don't even know the official release date for GTA 6. Yeah, again, I think that's smart for Fable to do. Borderlands 4 will be September. I guarantee you Grand Theft Auto is going to be November. It's going to be November or December. I couldn't, maybe October. You know, October's a big month too. But it's not going to be September. I guarantee you it's not going to be September. They're going to choose one of the last few months. So that's a good timing for Borderlands and Grand Theft Auto. Fable at the beginning of next year, I think, is a great time. I think that's a great drop release time for Fable. I don't have a problem with that. Elder Scrolls 6 is... I don't think you're still going to see that game for another at least 2 years. So I don't think any of these games that you've listed are going to overlap. I think that's all fine. Especially with Fable moving out of the way, I think that solves all those games. I think again, what hurts anything is Marathon launching with Borderlands. That is going to really, like, Borderlands is going to just destroy that game for sales. I almost wonder, like, that game Marathon, I hate to say it, man. I know Bungie and Sony would never make it a free-to-play like they should have done with Destiny, man. That game, Marathon, that game should be free-to-play or half off. It should only be a $40 game. Like, I know they're not going to do it, but it really shouldn't be a full-priced game launching alongside Borderlands. That's going to be rough. Phantom says another Fallout game coming too. I don't know when that comes out. And with newcomer Playground Games making Fable and Lion said, I'm pretty confident in Playground. Playground makes really good stuff. I have no doubt that game's done, and that if they pushed it back, it probably was for quality. You know, I trust that was a good decision for them, or that they felt like it was for them. But yeah, I'll finish the video. Sorry, I zoned out for a split second.
All things.
This is the new story.
My dream. Yours. Now. Run.
Who is speaking? Is that the AI, perhaps, from Marathon?
I'm curious to see if Angry Joe agrees with me on the art style, because I think the art style looks pretty... It's hideous.
I'm not a big fan of the models.
No, I don't like this art style.
Yeah, it's like right
I think pretty much every content creator was like, "Oh man, I love the art style." It's like, I think it looks like shit.
Immediately they start talking about how they hate the characters and art style. Interesting.
It's an extraction shooter. Another extraction shooter.
I do like me some extraction.
Look, it's the same thing. Now don't show that. Don't show the same animation that's gonna happen 5 times in a row. Yeah. Okay.
By the way,
little bit. Go
by
ahead.
the way, not for me.
Not
for
already,
me.
Joe.
Like I said, I do like extraction shooters, but I don't like the art style. I don't like what they're going for.
Playground has yet to have a day one
Which is probably
update
why
patch
we're
for
not-
their
we were not
game so
invited.
far.
No, I
don't like it.
I don't have any contact with Bungie.
So that would probably mean good things, though, if they haven't had a day one patch so far, right? That would mean good for the delay. That means they're probably trying to make sure that they don't have to have one for launch day, right? That's probably a good thing. Again, like, delaying your game 3-4 months, I don't think... I don't think anyone... At least me, I don't have a problem with that.
It looks terrible to me. I don't like the highlighter.
Again,
pixel
I'd say I like the video games that launch earlier in the year. I love the January, February launch time. Like, I feel like post the holiday season, you give yourself a few months for your money to build back up. You're getting your income taxes are coming in. Like, I think that's one of my favorite times. I prefer the better games typically come out in the holiday season, but I like the post-holiday season. I think it's way more chill for games because games are more spaced out. There's not really the super crazy stuff, everything, all the crazy stuff all launches at once during your Octobers and your Novembers and stuff. Yeah, that means they don't fail like Ubisoft's Phantom. Yeah, Ubisoft's
Where
they've been in a bit
it
of a
messes
rut.
with my eyes. An extraction shooter with no single player, and it's not free to play. Are you fucking kidding me?
That's what I was saying.
It's a paid fucking,
A paid
shooter.
extraction shooter with no story
Bungie,
that's
and I have a
launching
bunch
next
of other
to
notes here. What do you
Borderlands
think, Alex?
4. That
I'm hoping
seems.
it's unfinished. I know the color.
And then, as I was just thinking about it, like Angry Joe said, so pay to play, you have to pay for it full price, no story mode. It's launching next to Borderlands 4. Oh gosh, there was another thing I had in mind. Oh, and you have Sony coming off of the whole Concord catastrophe. I guarantee you Sony's not going to give a lot of wiggle room with this game. I gotta wonder if this game flops like Concord, could this game be gone within a couple of months as well, like that game was? I mean, I certainly don't hope so. Like that's messed up. I don't want them to fail or nothing, but like, you gotta think Sony's gonna have a very short leash like they did with Concord. Like, Concord was like, oh, people don't want this game, they hate it, boom, this game's gone. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know. I don't know if they're willing to give more wiggle room to Bungie than they are for other companies. We'll see. That'll be very interesting. Vanafox says, think about it. Pokemon and shooters are all coming out around the same time. Yeah, fair enough.
The color palette.
It is unfinished.
But like the modern color palette is something that I never like, but I'll still play some of those games. Some of it looked kind of rough, where it looked like, oh, it's kind of.
This could end up like Zenith, said Phantom Fox. What the heck is Zenith?
It's not there yet.
That sounds familiar. I should probably know what it is.
Like, it's not. It's like really early, and Bungie wants the community to really help shape the game. I'm like, man, get the fuck out of here with that. I don't like that they're gonna. And one of the feedbacks is, oh, I like it that they're working with the community and they're gonna build the game from the beginning. But I don't like that. They're gonna build the game on the fly with their community. To be fair, everyone does that. So what is unique
the thing
about
I don't
that?
like about
Nothing.
It's unique because they're like, hey, give me your feedback, but also give me
Give me
40
your money.
bucks. I won't take your feedback, but
That's
give me
what
$40.
That's what I wrote. It just means that you didn't put in a full effort up front. You have a solid concept, but then you get the players to build it for you, and you charge them to do it for you.
I don't believe it. I don't believe it at all. I think it's just Sony made up nonsense because they shit the bed with Concord so badly.
Yeah. Exactly.
They don't want
yes.
This should be a free to play game. It's not, right? So it's Sony, and it's going to cost $40. It's
Thank you,
probably
Alex.
not going to be good enough.
That's
for
exactly
that.
what I was
Sony
thinking.
doesn't want to lose another $400 million.
Yeah.
And so this has to be successful. So I think that they're telling people, oh, we'll help you design it. It's like, are you really, or is the game for the most part kind of set in stone other than the graphics?
Yeah.
And you're just saying that so the community doesn't turn on you.
And I've already seen like Hidden Xperia has given them several feedbacks, and apparently he's been playing the game for like 2 years. This is a lore channel, and he does good stuff.
All right, that's pretty much it. I'll watch the rest of the video later, but again, Angry Joe and Alex and other Joe pretty much saying the same thing I was thinking. To me, there's so much stuff that's stacking up against this game. I don't know. I don't have entirely high hopes about it. Again, I'm not meaning to throw it on this game, but this could be a game that's you might want to hop in and play it immediately because it could be gone within a few months. Just saying. Let's throw another song on. I want to hear something else. Zenith pronounced Zenith is a VR extraction shooter, and it was buggy, broken mess on launch day, and now is free to play. Oh, I feel like I've heard of the game. Like I should know it. All right, let's go fishing for a new video. Anything else I don't know about that I want to hear more about? Oh, there was a new Tron trailer. Oh, I want to see that. That's going to get me a copyright claim, but I definitely want to see that. Tron, okay. Is that Jared Leto? What the heck? Wait, Jared Leto is the main character? No, why? Why? No, why Jared Leto? Why'd you choose him? Alright, let's check this out.
Unit 12, acknowledging dispatch. Already in pursuit.
The super short trailer. Minute and a half.
I'm looking for something. Something I do not understand.
They are in the real world. That is weird.
Ready? Because there's no going back.
And that doesn't look, that doesn't, I hate to say it, that didn't look as cool as the previous one. Sorry. I'm already seeing a copyright claim there. I don't know why that wasn't really hitting me like I was hoping for. No, it's not because I mean, Jared Leto affects it a little bit, but I didn't know there was going to be a new Trance at Scarlet Twilight. Yeah. Maybe I need to see a new trailer. That just didn't look like what I wanted it to look like. Interesting. Because I loved Tron Legacy. I kind of want more of that. You got a CC for a 1-minute vid, Phantom? Yes, I did. It says, heads up, we've detected video in your stream belonging to someone else. Your stream may be temporarily blocked. Whatever. Yeah, I'm just... I don't know. Let's wash my palate with crazy videos of the Minecraft
We're in the
movie.
middle of Minecraft movie madness. It's sweeping like the bubonic plague. Theaters are erupting into chaos every time the word chicken jockey gets said. I'm constantly being sent things and asked about it, like, what do I think?
Let's make this the last video, I guess,
somehow
for
I'm the only
for the
person on the planet
stream.
that got to see this movie in pure silence. When I saw the Minecraft movie on opening day, I was the only one in the theater. I even made like a whole sailor's log. I only ever posted one little clip of it on my Instagram, but I filmed like 6 of them throughout my lonely ass experience in there. No one's even accidentally wandered in. Still just me in here on the front lines of the Minecraft movie. So like I had this whole diary of my experience with the Minecraft movie, which is unbelievably different from everyone else's right now. The phenomenon I documented is
Saw the
nothing
trailer in
compared to what
cinema, and
everyone
most of the
else
adults
has.
there just sighed.
It seems like this
Just
movie
fans
has
and-
reached
oh,
the
for
point where
the
people
for
go to
Tron?
it just to cause a ruckus because it's part of the meme
I
and
did-
everyone
yeah,
wants
I
to feel like,
didn't-
you know, part of the crew, part of the ship. Now, ordinarily, I'm not.
I don't know,
Bella
that trailer
humbugging
for
people
Tron
that get
just didn't
excited
do
during the
anything for
movie
me.
and scream like a big line, or God forbid someone starts like clapping at the screen during a moment. Like, it's a little cringe, but it doesn't really bother me. It doesn't annoy me, and I don't get like mad about it or anything. I do very
I'm
much
kind of
dislike it when
disappointed
people
at
break out into
how
a song during a
much
movie.
I didn't care for that trailer.
Heavens to Betsy, Lord, have fucking mercy. That is miserable when someone just starts singing the song.
Because again,
during
I
the
loved
film, but
Tron
luckily that's
Legacy.
only
I mean,
happened,
you
like,
had the
once I can recall.
the actors were
But this is
great,
just not
Daft
that. It's not
Punk was
people just, like, getting
great,
excited and, like,
the
saying
music was
chicken jockey.
fantastic. There was so much about Legacy I really enjoyed. What in the world?
I'm sure you've all been seeing the clips, and I'm tardy to the party here because I was just gonna not bother talking about it because I sound like such a Scrooge here because I fucking hate it. Like, bringing the live chicken in, going ballistic, throwing popcorn, confetti. There was one where people were puking on the floor, throwing soda. Another one where they body slammed one of the employees. Cops getting called because of this kind of shit from just, like, fighting in the theater because of chicken jockey. I hate all of it. It's the perfect storm
Yes,
of things I
it's
can't
super
stand, all
obnoxious.
coming together and bubbling over in this foul fucking cauldron at Minecraft movie showings multiple times per week. It's like if James Corden announced he was doing a comedy tour across Tampa. Like, I hate it. And it'd make me mad every time I heard about him doing a show. I've insulted countless pranksters whose prank involves just causing a mess for employees to clean up and just treating everyone around them like NPCs for their content. This is that phenomenon, but amplified with everyone being the prankster. Everyone going to the theater to ironically scream and shout at every Flint and Steel and Chicken Jockey moment, and then throwing popcorn in this huge crescendo of pandemonium and making just this ridiculous headache for all of the employees at the theater to have to clean up their fucking mess so that way
As somebody who used to be an employee and a manager at a movie theater, I do not blame the theaters for getting super ticked off at people doing this stuff. Yeah, of course they turned the lights on and shut the movie down as soon as all those people did that. I would have kicked them all out immediately right when that happened as a manager, you know. I mean, luckily that kind of like the cinema I went had 9 people in the movie. It was mostly kids. Again, as someone who was a former movie theater manager, I don't remember ever having people act like that. Even when we used to have school, a weekday school pricing for schools that would show up with all the kids, and we would have like a school pricing or student pricing. Even those kids, when they would show up to watch a 10-year-old movie like Finding Nemo again in theaters, even they didn't leave the theaters as much of a wreck as like some of the stuff I'm seeing there. Like, it's just pure like teenage like degeneracy. It's just like, come on, you can't be just throwing your popcorn like that. I personally, I think I'd like to think when I was working at a theater, we would have just kicked all of them out right then and there.
They could get a couple updates on TikTok. It'd be a totally different story if this was just genuine or organic, where people were just so blown away by this masterpiece.
And that's the thing is like, I was a manager and working at a movie theater for like movies that were big movies. Like I was working during like all of the Avengers movies. Like those were like tentpole, huge, massive movies for they were like the biggest movies in the world, you know, for the longest time. And you know, we were having sold out theaters like everyone else, or full auditoriums, and like nobody acted like that even when Captain America grabbed Thor's hammer or whatever in front of Thanos in the third movie. Like, no, like people were yelling and screaming, but there wasn't like people reacting like that. It's just kind of ridiculous. And I was there for the Star Wars, you know, for the Force Awakens and everything. Like those were huge deals, like for our theater. I don't know. Phantom Fox worked as a cinema usher and cleaner, and never once had that happen, said Phantom. Yeah, I agree. It's kind of ridiculous.
Couldn't help themselves, and they erupt into
It's
cheers.
It's not just people who are there to enjoy a movie. It's people who are literally there for content. It's people that want to get put online. It's part of the problem with a lot of, not just young people, but
an applause, and maybe
people
it's a
in
little
general.
messy as it continues
you know.
to escalate. But this is just all performative for internet clout. Who can
Oh,
make
right when
the
I said
biggest
that.
mess and get as crazy as
Thank
like,
you, Moist
possible?
Critical.
Who can one up the person carrying the chicken and riding on someone's shoulders and, you know, blowing up the whole fucking theater into debris and puke for all the employees to come clean up after? And I've seen the Minecraft director come out and defend it, which I understand why he would defend it. This is huge ticket sales for his movie. I also couldn't help but giggle at his response where he says that it's just for throwing popcorn. You were just having too much fun and apparently that's illegal? Get back out there, throw some more fucking popcorn, buy some more tickets. I totally understand why he'd want to lean into this trend, because it is putting more and more money in his pocket. So obviously he wants to come out and encourage it because it is so good for him that people are doing this and buying tickets to his movie. I'd be doing the same shit if I was in his position. I'd go even harder. I'd be like, one chicken? That's all? That's the best you bastards can do? Come on.
Rip up the seats, why don't
There's so
you?
much more potential here. Get your friends,
Tear
your
down
family,
the
your
screen.
fit plug together. Bring them all to the Minecraft movie this weekend, and let's make unforgettable memories. A block-bustin', nut-bustin' extravaganza. Bring in more chickens. Bring in the fucking cold corpse of Jimmy Hoffa. We are going to make this even bigger with Chicken Jockey. We have to show up for Chicken Jockey. I'd be trying to snowball it even harder. I'd turn it into a hashtag, you know, like hashtag Minecraft Movie Challenge or something, because he's making millions of dollars from this, no doubt. So he's clearly not going to come out and just shake his finger at it like, no, this is naughty. You guys shouldn't do this in my movie. Because why would he? He's able to just sit back, have people just ironically buy tons and tons of tickets for it, and it's great for him. But as someone who has no financial gain from the Minecraft movie, and someone who just watched it, I would hate to have been someone in one of these auditoriums where people were just constantly shouting throughout the whole film, every fucking line, which apparently has happened a lot, and then going ballistic for Chicken Jockey, where it becomes destructive, throwing popcorn and soda all over the place. That sucks. That is horrible. And I really do feel terrible for all of the employees at these theaters that have to clean up after this shit. And again, none of this is even genuine in the first place. It's all ironic. And all for the sake of those sweet, sweet TikTok videos hoping to pop off and go viral from. Now, to bring up what I mentioned at the beginning with my experience with the Minecraft movie. I got to watch that in basically a fucking sensory deprivation chamber. It was just me, nobody else.
That was pretty
And I
funny.
didn't realize at the time how lucky I was
Sensory
for that.
deprivation.
Because if I had to be
Because
in
it
one of
was
those
so
theaters
empty,
where
that's
someone
funny.
was popping off with the chicken jockey scene and throwing soda all over the place and spitting and shitting and farting and fucking and whatever, I would have been so mad. Like, that would have been a complete nightmare. So, I am very thankful that for some reason, nobody went to Minecraft movie opening day, and I got to see it in peace. And that movie is ass. It is not a good movie. The reason this is popping off so
I
much
cannot
is
blame
because
them.
it's not a good movie and it's all ironic. Which brings me to something I've mentioned before. I wonder, and I of course don't have the answer, there's no way of knowing, I wonder if this will be a more common behavioral trend where when a movie is obviously bad, like we saw with Morbius. Morbius was bad and became a big meme, everyone shit on it.
Alright, I think I gotcha. Thank you, Morse Critical. You made me laugh there. I got a good laugh out of that. Alright, so does anybody got anything else they want to throw my way? Any other news stories or topics or anything that might be, that sprang up, whatever you want to say? I'll do one more sweep of YouTubes. All the kids in my theater watching of it said Creeper, All Man, and Laughter, and Chicken Jockey, but that was it. Yeah, but again, kids are there to enjoy the movie, but like, a lot of those people that are freaking out that we were just seeing, they're like they're like older teens, so clearly they're people that are too old to care about Minecraft, but are, they know they're going to be able to make content out of doing that. Scarlet Twilight said, what in the world is Chicken Jockey? In the movie, apparently there is a baby that rides a baby zombie that rides a baby chicken. They call it Chicken Jockey. And apparently it's super funny. I don't know. Alright, well, I think that's about it. I don't really see anything else really drawing me to it. It's in game too. Oh, I didn't even realize it was an actual in-game thing. Fascinating. All right, everybody. Well, I think I'm going to call it there for tonight. This is a really short ChazmaN Live, only an hour 45, but that's kind of the only stuff lately that I kind of had an interest in looking into was the stuff with Vitaly and Johnny Somali, and then the marathon event. That's really all I cared about kind of looking into. Real quick, let's go ahead and give a shout out to who we had in stream today. So we had Phantom Fox, had Veronica Rose. Thank you so much, y'all. We had Skylar Twilight and P went up 93. Thank you so much, you guys. We had Carol Pierce. Thank you so much, Carol. I feel like that was everybody for today. Once again, sorry I was so late. I know I haven't done a ChazmaN Live in like a week and a half. So, I don't know. I kind of got... I think I got too stuck up on Kingdom Hearts 3, and now that we're done with Kingdom Hearts 3, I gotta try and make some time for some other stuff. I will say what to look forward to. Tomorrow we will be starting a brand new stream. I think tomorrow I'm gonna start the game. If you want to know, a game called South of Midnight. I think it just came out on the on Xbox Live, or it's not called Xbox Live anymore. Now it's called Xbox Game Pass. Phantom Fox says, "Where's the poll?" You reminded me. I should do that right now. Great thing. I will do the poll right as we speak. I did totally forget about the poll. But yeah, tune in tomorrow night and we will definitely be playing South of Midnight. That is a game I have been looking forward to a little bit. And I'm very curious about it. Again, that's going to be a very short game, so don't worry. I have a feeling I'll be able to blast through that game in a couple of streams. I think I read it's only 10 to 12 hours, so shouldn't be too bad. Okay, so yeah, let's figure out what we're gonna play next. So now we can take Kingdom Hearts 3 off of that list. And who was it? Did somebody recommended Metal Gear Solid, didn't they? Gosh, maybe I should throw on Metal Gear Solid. Who was it? I think P1Up said that. Think you should try and play some Metal Gear Solid. Okay, I would totally, I'm totally down to play some Metal Gear Solid. I've not played a Metal Gear game in years. Alright, so here, I'll talk with you guys and we can set up the next poll. So let's see what we can add. So again, yeah, let's throw up, which Metal Gear Solid? Should we just start with the first one? I think we should just throw the first one up. I haven't played the original in many years. Alright, so we got Metal Gear Solid. I'm totally down to play some Metal Gear. Metal Gear Solid Wilds, Legends, Arceus. That's right, so with Pokemon. So I'll add a Metal Gear Solid and I'll add a Pokemon game. Let's see, why don't we add, let's see, so what's Legends or Pokemon Snap new? Yeah, why don't we do Legends Arceus? I haven't played that one in a minute. The first one was just called Metal Gear Solid. Well, Metal Gear was the original. Yeah, that's the NES ones, which I've never played those, so I don't know if I have like an attachment to them. I think I have the original Metal Gear, do I? Let me take a look. Although I know I do. I know I have the original. But yeah, Metal Gear Solid is the ones that I have a... New Snap sounds better, says Phantom. Okay, I'm down with that. Either New Snap or Arceus, I'm down to play. I think it was called New Pokemon Snap. That sounds fun, actually. I'm down to play either of those. Alright, so we're gonna have Switch. I love me some Pokemon games. Alright, so let's look at the options here. What else do I want to add? Let's see. So we had Cerisa and the Lost Demon. I think I'd be willing to push that off. We still got Dead Space 2. I would love to replay Dead Space 2 at some point. Let's add that. If you guys chose Dead Space 2, I would love to play Dead Space 2. That's another favorite of mine. Okay, so we've got Dead Space 2. What version of that would I play? Not quite sure what version I would play of it. Probably Xbox. Probably Series X, I'll just say. I think it might be on Series X. So we got Dead Space 2, New Pokemon Snap, Metal Gear Solid, PS1. And then let's look and see what of our previous options. So we had Cerisa and the Lost Demon. I could add Sonic Heroes again. So one of those two. Let's see what other games we've had in the past. Oh, I could throw on Infamous 2. Yeah, forgot we could totally play Infamous 2 since we played, or Super Mario Galaxy 2. That's another continuation of a series we've started. Let's see. Why don't we throw on... Let's see. Sonic Frontiers. I don't have Sonic Frontier. Maybe eventually we can play that. I'm thinking Sonic Heroes. Let's throw on Sonic Heroes. That's the one I had previously on there. That's the PS2 one. I think that sounds fun for 4 options. Once again, thank you so much, Phantom, for reminding me about the poll. I totally was getting ready to log off and forgot about the poll. Alright, so, if you guys want, here are our options. So what video game would you like us to stream next on the channel? So we have Dead Space 2, New Pokemon Snap, Metal Gear Solid, and Sonic Heroes. So I feel like those are 4 strong options of games I'd like to play. That's a fun game, honestly, says Phantom. Sonic Heroes. Honestly, any one of those options, I've played Pokemon Snap. I'd love to replay that. I've played Metal Gear Solid, of course, plenty of times. I'd love to replay that. I love Dead Space 2. I'll replay any of those games, honestly. And then Sonic Heroes is something I've never played, but I'm open to it. So, we got three great games there that I am totally down to replay. Those are great options, I think. All right, let's go ahead and post that. So once again, it won't be immediate that I'll turn my attention to that because I'm going to be starting South of Midnight, but you can be rest assured that we will be moving on to that after South of Midnight. And then don't forget, at the end of the month, there is another game coming out that I really want to play as well. It's a game called Clair Obscur, Expedition 33, I think it's called. I think you guys are going to be fascinated by that game when we get to it. Let's just say it's got some old school Final Fantasy vibes. And it's in like a French themed world. It's really different. Again, imagine a French environment and within an old school Final Fantasy like gameplay world. It's gonna be interesting. I think I'm very fascinated by that game. Sonic Frontiers is fun so far. Okay, no, that's the newer one, right? I'll play it eventually. I got to get the game first. All right, so that poll is up. Let me go ahead and put this in the Discord. Should I put this in the game section or in the main? I guess the main one, because I want people to see it. Poll from EnteR ChazmaN. Poll for what game we stream is up. I'm a little tired. I want to go to bed, I think. Yeah, post in games where I can make a poll section for it specifically. Well, alright, maybe next time. I already posted in the main thing, but I've been meaning to start a separate section that's just for video game recommendations, so eventually, maybe tomorrow I'll work on that. Or maybe I'll work on it right now. I don't know. But yeah, so that poll is up. But yeah, I think that's all I got. So real quick, just want to say thank you to BioCrash, ElectroPirate, Skylar Twilight, Tim, and Phantom Fox for your Patreon backing. That your support really means a ton. And then of course we got the socials, we got the Patreon, and the Discord. Sorry, I got something stuck in my throat. Yeah, for anyone up for that. Yeah, posting games. Yeah, that's what I think I'm gonna do, because the game section is just for. I feel like that should be just for like, you know, generic, normal video game conversations, and then I feel like a separate section just for the polls or for video game recommendations for me would be helpful, simply so I can just go in there and just see those, you know. I definitely think I'll do that eventually. Veda Fox, are we going to collab on Monster Hunter Wilds again? I will have to see about that. I'll be honest, I wasn't like super loving the first stream. I thought it was okay. I thought it was fun. You know, it wasn't I don't know, it didn't really grab me. I will let you know about that. If we do, it may be Friday. I'll get back to you on that. I think someone actually did recommend another game to me. Who was it? Somebody was recommending something to me earlier today at work. I don't even remember what. I have information goes into my brain and goes right out. Someone at work was like, "Oh, we should play this eventually." What game were they? I don't even remember what they were. I think they were talking about Neverwinter, or something like something I've heard of but never even thought about. Somebody at work was like, "Dude, we should play Neverwinter or something. I love this game." It's like one of my coworkers or something. I don't know anything about Neverwinter, but I was like, yeah, maybe. I might be down to play with you sometime. Today was chill, said Skylar. Hey, thank you so much. That's good to hear. I'm just here to have a good time and to chill for a little bit. That's an old AF game, said Phantom. Yeah, I thought so too. They were like at work, and my buddy was like, my buddy at work is huge into Neverwinter or something, and he's like, he's been trying to get me to go play with him forever. Which I was telling him, I'm like, hey, now's your chance. Now on Friday nights, I'm open to playing this stuff. So now's your time. I play it. It's like RuneScape with D&D. Yeah, interesting. I played RuneScape, but that was a long time ago. All right, well, we've done it all, guys. Again, if you guys want to throw for next week's, or I guess that would technically be this weekend's ChazmaN Live. If you want to throw any subjects my way, feel free to let me know down in the comments. You can reach out to me on social media and in any number of social media places, or if you'd like, join the Discord and you can throw topics my way of stuff you might want me to check out. I am open to a lot of things. I try not to go more in the political realm, but you know, I'm just here for a good time, here to have fun and kind of learn about some things with you guys. So, all right, yeah, tune in tomorrow night, guys, for South of Midnight. So yeah, thank you so much. I look forward to seeing you guys there. So, night, everyone.